and Dwayne Wade right at the body of Anderson Varejao. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
And welcome back to the BSPN radio show.
Welcome.
Max, today is a strange day.
Today is a strange day.
It's raining out here in Bennington. You know what else was raining recently?
Where?
The Splash Brothers were raining threes.
Yes,
all throughout the Western Conference Finals. I mean,
they were.
Well,
this day, because it's also kind of heating up.
Yep.
Just like the Warriors.
Just like the Warriors. In the best possible time, too.
I know.
But
Draymond Green.
Draymond, yep.
I feel like whenever we talk about a player and we shit on a player, then next week they ball out. Like that happened with Jokic. That happened with It happened with the Warriors in the Clippers series when we talk about the Warriors are in danger.
Yep.
And then
Green. When we talked about expecting big things, like I was expecting big things from Dame and CJ in this series. They could win a game. Nope. Just got swept.
Mm-hmm.
On that topic,
Bucks thinking the series is tied now.
Yeah. I mean, I love the way the NBA is right now.
Yeah.
We have so much change and so much awesome stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But quickly, so the Warriors swept Western Conference Finals 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
Blazers going home.
Mm-hmm.
Dame is expected to sign the 4-year, $198 million Supermax. Blazers aren't going anywhere in future.
Blazers, yeah. So I think if Dame does this, if Dame signs, he's signing for the money.
Yeah. Well, I think he's signing to stay home.
Well, yeah,
he loves Portland. Portland loves him.
But he's not signing for a ring.
Yeah, I mean, I think Portland's just one good piece away. The problem is they're not going to get that one piece.
No, yeah, and that one piece needs to be good.
Yeah, like they're not going to be players in free agency until the year after next.
Mm-hmm.
Then, I don't know who's going to want to go to Portland. It's not a good situation to be in. Mm-hmm. And this playoff run was the hurrah to give everyone hope, to make Blazers fans so happy. But I spoke to our resident Blazers fan on campus. Once it went 3-0, it was cut.
Yeah,
there was no opportunity.
It was curtains.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing there is that you see all of these important free agents for Portland that are balling out. Rodney Hood probably going to go elsewhere. Probably going to get paid $10-15 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Curry showed that he is not scared of anything. Like no moment. He balled the fuck out.
I think a part of the reason why he wasn't scared was because he was playing against he was playing against the Warriors, but he was playing against his brother, which takes
I would think that's more stressful than anything.
Mm-mm. No, do you have any brothers?
No.
Yeah, I have two. So if I'm if me and one of my brothers are going up against each other in the Western Conference Finals, I'm talking all it doesn't matter if I'm better or worse. I'm talking all the shit. I'm hyping myself up. I'm hyping my team up. They still got punched in the mouth, but I think it takes a blow off just because it's
yeah. Also, Dame can now claim that he's had some sort of playoff success, which is nice. Before this, he's had one series win.
Yeah, I mean Portland is a legit team. Portland is a team to watch, and Portland is a team that you need to focus on to beat. And it's not going to be. They're not an
Portland
easy
is
win.
a good team. They're not a championship.
They're not a championship team. I don't think they will be a championship team in the. I am one of the biggest Damian Lillard fans.
Everyone loves Dame.
Everyone loves Dame. I don't think the Blazers win a championship when Dame is on the team.
Yep. They just can't build anything.
They can't.
Unless Dame gets hurt for a year and then CJ's they kind of tank, and then they find this
I think
overall talent. And
I think if Dame gets hurt, I think the Blazers find themselves in a similar situation than the Wizards are now.
Well, let's slow down there. The Blazers, when everyone's healthy, is a significantly better team than the Wizards when everyone's healthy.
I agree, but I think the Wizards have John Wall and Bradley Beal. The Blazers have Lillard and McCollum. I think if Lillard gets hurt and you put all the pressure on
CJ,
CJ's gonna ball.
Well, look, here's something I quickly want to say. First of all, Myers Leonard had 25 points in a half, and we need to talk about that.
Okay, yes.
We need to just mention that so that it can be recorded forever, because I don't think I will ever see anyone look as dominant as Myers Leonard, who was demanding ISOs from Dame Lillard in an elimination game. That's never going to happen again.
No.
What? The entire game, just confused. On the topic of centers, though, for the Blazers, you got to start giving Zach Collins more minutes. He's a good young player. He is a damn good young player. He's too small. He's a shooting 5, and he plays defense well, and he can step out.
He's too skinny.
All right, look, he should put on some weight, but he can play well in that role, in that type of weight class.
I mean, yes, he can, but he can't go up against you put him up against
how many post players are going to be in the playoffs going forward?
I mean, okay, yeah, that's true, but
so I would think that if he does put on weight, it shouldn't be too much, because he is incredibly mobile right now. If he can stay this mobile and put on some muscle, I could see him like a prime Tyson Chandler with a jump shot, which is a hell of a player.
Well, listen, Tyson Chandler in his prime was dangerous.
Dirty, absolutely great. Just like he was a contender for Defensive Player of the Year every year. He was great.
Man, it takes me back to the Knicks. Melo.
The Mavs should have never let him walk.
Melo, Amari, and Tyson.
And Shumpert.
Shumpert and JR, who were balling out.
Those
2013 Knicks were
nasty. Dirty.
Nasty.
That was my 2K team for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, let's move on to the draft again. Okay. I published my mock draft.
Yeah.
We could talk about that, but on the other hand, why don't we talk about some past draft things? Frank Ntilikina.
Frank Ntilikina thinks he's... First of all, Frank, nobody wants you. Nobody wants your skinny, can't play basketball to save a baby's life, booty ass, Frank. Frank, you're not getting minutes for I'm talking to Frank like he's listening, but he's not getting minutes for a reason, because he's a bum. I don't care if he's not getting a chance.
Frank Ntilikina is potentially the worst player in the league right
Frank
now.
Frank Ntilikina is... When was he? He was drafted what?
9th. No, 7th.
No, he was drafted 7th.
Frank, TSJ was 8th. 2017.
2017. He is the biggest bust from that draft.
Yeah, easily. Easily.
Oh, easily.
Like, Lonzo is still a good player. Lonzo is still a starting caliber player.
Exactly.
Markelle Fultz still has, the potential. Frankie, we've seen enough, and no one wants him to even play.
Listen, Frank can't make a layup. Markelle at least had an excuse that his shoulder was squirting juice or whatever. Frank, and then he has the audacity, the absolute audacity to want to get off the Knicks. The only team that for some reason is still giving him a chance and is still giving him money.
Can you imagine he ends up on the Pelicans and they're just like, okay, we want you to start. And he's just like, what do you mean start?
Yeah, it's like, what? Like, what?
In your G League affiliate?
Yeah, you want me to put the ball in the basket? No, Frank. You're not going anywhere. You're lucky you're still on an NBA team. And you're not going to be on an NBA team for long if you keep talking all that, if you keep doing all this. And he fired his agents. It's not his agent's fault that he couldn't go anywhere.
You know what the funniest part is? Frank Ntilikina averaging 5.7 points on horrible shooting splits. An efficient field goal percentage of 0.395. That's not good. All of that.
Yeah, it takes him 30. He makes 5 points. He gets 5 points, 39%. It's not like he's averaging 25 on 39, because that would be good.
The best part is making $4.8 million next year. He might be a bad contract.
He's absolutely a bad contract. That boy does not deserve any money. He is being paid $4.8 million to sit on the bench and be bad at basketball, and then ask for a trade and fire his agents when he can't go to any other team.
You know how Cameron Payne was less than mediocre on offense and then just trash on defense and horrible? Frank is the exact thing split. He is buns on offense, horrible, and defense he's all right.
Well, he has long arms.
He was supposed to be the next Gary Payton.
He has long arms. That's it. Phil fucking Jackson was like, oh, this dude is European and has long arms. Let's draft him at number fucking 7. He would. I think if he wasn't drafted at 7, if the Knicks didn't take him at 7, he'd be lucky if he went in the second round.
He just fall to 60th from 7 to 60th. That's great.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to go online and find like a 2017 redraft and see where they have him. Because there's no way he's in the top 10.
No.
If he's in the first round, that's surprising.
Well, he certainly wouldn't go in the lottery.
No, definitely not.
Jesus, this is... Oof.
And it doesn't matter who his agents are. You can give him the best agent in the business.
By the way, Frank was picked number 8 overall.
Okay, 8, 7, whatever.
Yeah.
It was still the Knicks' first pick. Like,
yeah. You, for some measure, you want to know who the Timberwolves took in that draft?
Yeah.
Lowry Markkanen. You want to know who they traded him for? Jimmy Butler. You want to know what Jimmy Butler has done for us? Nothing. But
still would prefer Jimmy Butler than Frank Ntilikina.
You could have taken Donovan Mitchell, Dennis Smith Jr. Instead, y'all stuck with this French guy who fucking thinks he's better at making baguettes than making baskets.
Exactly. And we don't even know how good he is at making baguettes.
We don't have to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so Frank has to be included in any package for Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
just to make the money work.
And just to get him off the Knicks. Get him off the Knicks. You know what I find interesting though? Like, as of right now, Lance Thomas is the captain of the Knicks. Lance Thomas, who hasn't done anything, but like, okay, like, yeah, but like, I'm actually a fan of Lance Thomas, and Fizdale actually loves Lance Thomas because he is a locker room guy, he is a glue guy, and he is a defensive anchor. But he's Lance Thomas.
The Knicks should do whatever they can to keep Noah Vonleh quickly. He is an incredibly great glue guy. He's a do-it-all power forward. He's finally showing some of the potential he was supposed to have. Like coming to Charlotte, I believe, drafted him, and it's great to see. And also, you can easily put him as a backup for next to Mitchell Robinson and have a great defensive front.
Oh, Noah
Vonleh. Yeah. He's look.
Wait, you want Mitchell at the 4?
I want Mitchell at the 5. Vonleh at the 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said backup to Mitchell at the 4.
He can be a backup at the 4 and can play with Mitchell.
Right.
But, well, first of all, how did Josh Okogie not make all rookie second? Explain that.
I think Josh Okogie was kind of a...
No one watches Timberwolves games, and we got fucked for it.
Exactly.
Karl Anthony Towns should have made All-NBA 3rd.
I know. I think, but like... Yeah, like no one watches Timberwolves games. And also, like, he was kind of Jeremy Lin light for less time. I feel like...
He was so great defensively for the entire season.
Right, but he wasn't better than Mitchell Robinson defensively.
No, but Mitchell Robinson made All-NBA 2nd.
That's what I'm saying. That, like...
Yeah, but fucking Kevin Huerter made All-NBA 2nd.
Kevin Huerter can ball. Kevin Huerter can shoot the rock.
Josh Okogie was more important to the Timberwolves than Huerter was for the 21 win, or was it 28 win Atlanta Hawks.
Well, the wins, Trae Young was all-rookie first team.
Okay.
He was on the 21-win Hawks.
He literally caused all the winning for that Hawks team.
Right. But I'm saying Josh Okogie... I don't have a problem.
They should have an All-NBA 3rd team and just throw Josh Okogie.
All-rookie 3rd.
All-rookie 3rd team, yeah. How the fuck did Cat not make All-NBA 3rd?
Because no one watches Timberwolves team.
But Gobert over him?
I think Gobert is
not a better player than Karl Anthony Towns.
I think he's a better defensive player than Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, but that's because Gobert is potentially the best defensive center in the entire NBA. Okay? Cat is potentially the best offensive center in the entire...
Disagree with that.
You think Jokic?
I don't necessarily think Jokic. I just think there are better offensive centers than
The two best offensive centers.
healthy Cousins is better than Cat.
Yeah, but Cousins hasn't been healthy since the Achilles tear, or in general.
Right. Wait. Can we actually just talk about Marcus Smart?
Marcus Smart made all defense. Why?
Because no.
Why?
Wait. Keep the volume down because it hurts
Okay.
as fuck. No, but yeah, Marcus Smart. I'm happy for Marcus Smart.
He got too much respect with that All NBA first.
I don't
Patrick Beverly didn't make an all defense team.
Because Patrick Beverly.
How did Miles Turner lead the league in fucking blocks per game and didn't get a single? Is not an all defensive team.
I honestly think it comes down to who people watch. Who's watching Pacers games?
The Pacers made the playoffs.
So?
What do you mean so? All right.
All right, we got a call.
All right, here we go. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Thanks for calling in. What's your question?
Thank you. It's not a question, more of a comment.
Yep.
I'm just going to make this quick. Okay, first of all, Frankie's a god. So in front, second of all, I do agree that Patrick Beverly should have made at least all of his 10 second teams. Because, not really back in the season, but mostly at the playoffs, which is kind of, I kind of found the fault in it. But I feel like he kind of showed off more defense during the playoffs than actually back in the season. And not that many people watched the Clippers until like the end of the season, mostly because they were trying for that 8th seed spot. So nobody really recognized them for that. And also Marcus Smart, I feel like should not have been on any successive team this year. But yeah, those are my comments. So I don't know how y'all feel about that.
Quickly, could you explain why you think Frank is a good player? Like, not even like, do you think Frank Ntilikina is remotely close to being on an NBA roster? If the Knicks cut him tomorrow, would he be on an NBA roster?
He would be. I don't know which team would go to. I would prefer he go to San Antonio, just because, or the Warriors are a team that's one of those, has a foundation of like being a school, not really a contender, I would say.
But okay, so what does Frank bring?
Because I feel like they could teach him to help him offensively, because mostly what he needs is that I feel like he's solid defensively. Offensively, I gotta admit, he's lacking a lot. Like a lot. And I feel like if he were to go to one of those two teams, he'd be set.
But I don't think any team is going to pay $4.8 million to teach a bad player how to play basketball. I think for Frank, if he gets cut by the Knicks or traded and then cut or whatever, I think he goes to the G League, he goes overseas, he goes somewhere to learn, because no team is going to be paying any money to teach him how to play basketball. He should know how to play. And also, I have a question for you. Like, what would Frank bring to any team in the NBA that another player wouldn't?
Defense. A lot of really, and potentially good offense too. I mean, look.
But Frank hasn't even proven himself on defense.
Jonathan Simmons, over the years, like when he played with the Spurs, he was playing really good. He was playing decent. Not to be a starter, but to be a good bench player. But now,
Jonathan Simmons is still a good bench player.
he is, but he's not. I feel like he's regressed.
Okay, but Frank is a bad player on either end, and you're claiming that he can be a good starter on another team.
Look, I don't know how you're saying on both ends. I feel like he's going to get up minutes to show off that he's really good defensively. I feel like he's a really good defensive player, and he has a lot of potential, especially since he's 19. I know that argument's been said a lot, but I feel like he's still too young.
People said Jason.
Hey, look.
People were talking about how Jason Tatum was going to be the best thing since sliced bread because he was 19, and now he's regressed so heavily that the Celtics offer for Anthony Davis, which was supposedly unbeatable, is now just not great.
Well, for me, I feel like, okay, that's the different thing I was talking about. I feel like he's regressed. Jason Tatum specifically. I feel like he's regressed since he trained with Kobe. Now, I don't know if anybody would agree with me on that, but I would just feel like he had his own unique, way to play. He had his own style. And the way he kept going, he was going to play really well with Brad Stevens. But then ever since he trained with Kobe, I just felt like that that was a mistake to do. Because I know he has that, confidence, he has that mentality, still want to go and win, but I just feel like training with specifically Kobe at that young in his career, I don't think that was a good choice. So I think that, for me, I think that's the fact of why he regressed so much. Donovan Mitchell, I don't know so much, but for Jason Tatum, that's my reason for that.
For some measure, Frank Ntilikina has not played a game since November.
And there's a reason why. There's a reason why.
That's the reason why. He's been injured. He had a groin injury.
Groin, okay. Yeah, so did LeBron. Maybe Frank Ntilikina has potential, maybe down the road, but right now, no team is going to be paying any money to try to teach him how to play basketball. No matter how much potential he might possibly have or might, show, right now, Frank Ntilikina is one of the worst basketball players in the NBA and should not belong on an NBA roster.
Let me ask both of you this quickly. Frank Ntilikina for the 60th overall pick. Who says no?
Whoever's giving up the 60th pick. Because I don't think anyone wants to take on Frank Ntilikina.
Yeah. Well, do you have any other questions?
No, that's it for now. I'll just keep listening to the podcast and I'll see if I call in again. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for calling in.
All
All right. Have a nice day. Knicks fans, they keep hoping. You can say that much.
Listen. The Knicks are going to be good. The Knicks are going to be good next year. Like, the Knicks are, hopefully they're going to get Anthony Davis. They're going to, sign KD, Kyrie, both, or someone. Yeah. Get Frank off the team.
He's just taking up a roster slot.
And money. That's $4.8 million that could be going towards anything else.
Anything.
Like, literally anything else.
Yeah.
Get more Gatorades. I don't care. Buy $4.8 million.
Buy a copy machine.
Exactly.
If Kyle Korver was worth a copy machine, Frank Ntilikina is worth what? A slice of paper?
Exactly.
It's
just get him off the team.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Well, now that we're done with hating on Frank Ntilikina, why don't we talk about some other important French people, such as Rudy Gobert. All-NBA third team.
All-NBA third team for Rudy.
He cried when he didn't make an All-Star team, and now he got an All-NBA team. I guess that's cool.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, good for him, I guess.
Yeah. It's, I don't like...
Who's your depoy?
Giannis.
Yeah?
I think Giannis picks up MVP and defensive player. I think you can definitely say Rudy Gobert, but I believe... I
don't think Rudy Gobert wins it. I think Giannis wins it. I think because the fans love Giannis, the players love Giannis, the media loves Giannis. Like
how can you not?
Yeah, exactly. Because think about it. This was like a skinny 18-year-old Greek kid, going to the Bucks.
Also, for some measure, the Bucks had the best defense in the league. The Jazz had number 8.
Yeah, so it's like. And also, it's just the story, like this, 18-year-old skinny Greek kid going to the Milwaukee Bucks, who had no name for themselves, and he completely people know and appreciate the work, the absolute just work that Giannis has put into his body, into his game, into his team. And he's shown that, he's given respect back to the Milwaukee Bucks by saying he wants to be there.
The Bucks had the first defense. The Jazz had the second.
Okay, well, whatever. But still, I'm Giannis picks just because Giannis completely
is both
changed
that
his game.
Team's best perimeter defender and best rim protector
and best player.
Yeah, he's carrying the load everywhere. He definitely deserves to win Defensive Player and MVP. And I love how Harden fans have just disappeared. Harden's not winning MVP.
Harden's not winning MVP.
Harden doesn't deserve MVP.
No, he doesn't deserve MVP. Even though Harden during the regular season was insane.
Yeah, but look, they didn't take advantage. I know it's a regular season award. I don't care. You didn't take advantage of KD being out. You didn't take advantage of Boogie being out. What can you do? James Harden is apparently angry at Chris Paul for quote unquote stealing possessions and not sharing the ball, which is the pot calling the kettle black. Like, James Harden dribbles, what is it? Like 12 times per possession?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And look, I hate the brand of basketball the Rockets play. We've been over this.
We've been over this many times, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, James Harden is not winning the MVP because James Harden is not the most valuable player in the league.
Yeah.
Like, I know we've moved away from that with, like, oh, LeBron hasn't gotten it for this amount of years, and he was by far the most valuable in terms of winning. You can argue against that, and LeBron certainly didn't have the storyline. Giannis has both the storyline, and he is easily the most valuable to winning in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you put Giannis on any team, that team is winning.
you take Giannis off of the Bucks this year, they are a top 5 pick. I guarantee it.
Exactly.
I guarantee it.
Exactly. Giannis is not on the Bucks. The Bucks are not in the playoffs.
You take Harden off the Rockets. They're an okay team.
8th seed maybe.
8th,
7th?
9th, yeah.
Yeah.
It would look. You would have Chris Paul with a bigger role. You'd have Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon
Capella, Trevor Ariza.
Eric Gordon can't do what Harden does in terms of ball handling
But
or
he
in
can
terms of creation. But he can create. He's not at Harden level. No one's at Harden level.
No one's at Harden level, but he can create and he can
certainly.
shoot. But Paul George also has a storyline
For MVP,
and Depoy.
there's no way he wins either.
I know there's no way he wins either, but
for me, he had 2 good months. He had 2 great months, and then he got injured and fell off, and they got nearly swept in the playoffs. What do you want?
right,
like,
and it's also like
honestly-
the same thing. But I think you take Paul George off the Thunder.
They're still winning 48 games. We
Right.
saw that with Russell Westbrook,
Right.
well, whatever it was, 2016. They're still winning a good amount of games. Giannis's impact is single-handedly the
immeasurable.
biggest.
It's immeasurable. Giannis.
I can't think of a single other player in the history of the league that has the type of impact that Giannis has had this year.
He might be unanimous.
Maybe the 2007. He's not going to be unanimous.
For Depoy.
For Depoy, it's more likely, but still I'll doubt it. The 2007 Cavs with LeBron, that was an absurd amount of impact.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, those Cavs had some players.
Yeah.
Giannis is literally taking a G League shooting guard and making it. The amount of gravity that Giannis requires is making Chris Middleton look play like an all-star. Like you got to give Chris Middleton some credit for like grinding it out in the G League, making it up, all of that. Still, Giannis is a big part of his success.
And same with Brook Lopez and Eric Bledsoe. I mean, Brook Lopez is a good player, very good player.
Brook Lopez can now take off on defense where he wasn't that good. Help from the weak side,
perimeter more.
and he can just shoot the ball the entire game.
Exactly.
He doesn't have to worry about rebounds.
No. All he needs to do is just be a big body who can shoot threes, and he is that.
Yep.
Because of Giannis. If you take Giannis away, he's back in the paint. He's back on.
Even Eric Bledsoe now has more driving lanes because Giannis is just taking up so much attention. Like, even though Giannis can't shoot, if he's on the perimeter, he takes 3 steps and he's there for an alley-oop.
Exactly. Giannis, I have a prediction. Giannis is going to come back next year with a 3-point shot, and it's going to be over.
Well, I mean, look, you got pretty close to having one at the end of this season.
Yeah, I know. He's definitely working on it.
Unlike Ben Simmons.
Yeah. If Giannis comes back with a 3-point shot, that's it for the next 5 to 10
And the
years.
craziest thing is he only has to take like 2 a game.
And he's like, what,
24.
24, 23?
24. Am I thinking of either Kat or Giannis is 24 and the other is 23?
Cat is 24 because Kristaps is 24. I think
right.
Giannis might be 23.
Okay.
So he's 23.
Yep.
You have 7 years until he gets to 30. 7 years.
I don't think there's a single contract you could give Giannis that would not be worth it.
Yeah, and also the other thing with Giannis is that he loves Milwaukee.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to play in a big city. He doesn't want all
his
the media.
individual greatness can make it so that they can win a championship like that.
And they might.
Yeah.
They might. The series is tied between the Raptors and the Bucks. I said this last week. If the Raptors win this series, the Warriors are winning the championship.
No, I think the Warriors are winning either way.
Really? I think the Bucks.
I did not
Giannis-
have trust until Steph and Clay and Draymond all played so much better.
Right, but who is going to guard Giannis?
Draymond.
Draymond Green is not going to be able to keep up with Giannis.
Yes, he is. He lost 15 pounds before the playoffs, and you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it, but you don't lose 15 pounds without getting a little tired, especially trying to chase around a 6'11" freak.
Yeah. I think, but...
And Draymond's also, like, he is small.
This is going to sound so stupid. Kevon Looney has stepped up so heavily. He has glowed up into, like, a starting caliber center these playoffs.
Yeah.
And the way he plays...
needs to show a little more for me to consider him a starter.
The way he plays makes me feel like you can give him 10 possessions a game on Giannis, and he will do a decent job.
And, I think he's also, like, 22.
Kevon Looney has been in the league for 4 years. I think he's 26.
No.
I think he was a 4-year player coming out.
No.
How much money on it?
I'll put $5. That he's not 26.
You were right. He's 23.
You owe me $5.
I do not.
Damn.
My guy, I got 86 cents in my fucking bank account.
Bro, I'm so broke. I ain't got no money.
Yeah.
I gotta do laundry and shit. Anyway,
At the end of the day, Kevon Looney still looks like he eats glue.
Yeah, and he does not look 23. He looks 35 and declining. But good for Kevon Looney that he's finally finding himself as a player, and he's on the Warriors, so it's not like he's trying to find himself and trying to win games.
Yeah.
He is in one of the best positions a player can be in because he's young, he has raw talent, he has raw potential.
Can you imagine if the Warriors had drafted Mitchell Robinson with the 30th overall pick?
That's why the Knicks are so good in late draft situations.
Yeah.
Horrible in top 10 situations. Like just abysmal.
You could argue that in the past 2 or 3 drafts, the Knicks' best pick of the draft has been their second round pick. Damian Dotson and Mitchell Robinson.
But yeah, like taking like we talked about Frank and then Kevin Knox, who I'm still
Kevin Knox is not a good player.
Listen, I'm gonna give up on Kevin Knox if he leaves. If he's traded to the Pelicans, I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, fine, he's a bum.
Yeah,
he's not good, and he should not have been the 7th pick.
Let's quickly try to take some bias out of it. Who do you think has the best package for Anthony Davis?
Well, I'll start with the Knicks just because it's the one I've looked at the most. So if the Knicks draft Zion,
the Knicks can offer 4 total first-round picks.
So let's say the Knicks draft RJ with the 3rd pick. Then when June 20th comes around, or
July, let's say 3rd for the contract.
Yeah. So whenever the contract's clear, you get RJ, Kevin, Frank. Just throw him in there.
Alonzo Trier, if you can accept his team option.
Alonzo Trier, who's a good player.
Yeah.
That's a good package.
I would think you'd have to also include the 2 Mavericks picks and then your own pick.
Yeah. You throw in some salad picks for it, but because then what the Pelicans are getting they're getting all the Duke fans to choose their team to root for. Exactly,
which is a shit ton of fans.
Right. They're getting RJ. They're getting the RJ Zion connection, which we saw in college is amazing.
Yep.
They're getting young players, like no matter how bad they are.
If Frank can succeed anywhere, it's next to Zion.
Right. And like Kevin,
or with a great coach.
Kevin Knox
would be the 3rd option on that team day one.
Yeah.
And that could be a good thing for him.
Exactly. And the Pelicans, they're giving up Anthony Davis, but he's expressed that he wants to leave anyway, and you're getting a lot of picks and young players. I think the Lakers also have a very good package if Brandon Ingram is healthy.
But he's not.
Or if he is going to be, if Brandon Ingram is going to be able to get back to the Brandon Ingram that he was before and grow, the Lakers have a good pick. The Lakers have a very good package. But
they'd have to throw in everyone.
I know, it all depends on Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
But also because the Lakers are also looking at the Bulls with Lonzo Ball, who they would trade to the Pelicans.
Which offer do you think is better? Kuz, Ingram, the 4th pick, Lonzo, Josh Hart, and 3 first-round picks, and you give up Solomon Hill as well.
Mm-hmm.
or the 4th pick, the 7th pick, Kuz, Ingram, Hart, some sort of contract filler, and the 1st.
I think 4th and 7th. The
Really?
4th and yes, because with the Pelicans they just have more flexibility in the draft.
I think Lonzo as a player is going to be better than anyone you get at 4 or 7 this draft. Because I think Lonzo...
But also you can trade those picks. But because then the Pelicans starting
the
next season...
Pelicans are not going to move up in the draft.
No, I know, but the Pelicans now have 3 top 10 picks on their roster starting next season. And one of those is Zion Williamson.
Yeah, but then you look at it, and who's the other one going to be? DeAndre Hunter?
Jarrett
Culver?
Jarrett Culver, maybe even Cam Reddish.
I think Lonzo to me, individually, is more valuable than Cam Reddish or Jarrett Culver or whoever you get.
Which is why I think the Lakers try to trade Lonzo to the Bulls, get the Bulls pick. Because that works for both, because the Lakers get a better pick.
If I'm the Pelicans, I would rather have Lonzo than the 7th pick.
Right, but I think the Lakers are more interested in the Bulls than the Pelicans. In terms of Lonzo, and then you try to finesse something else.
Yeah.
To get AD. But I think, I don't know. I hope, obviously, as a Knicks fan, I hope the Pelicans take the thing. And it's also like...
Can I just mention a quick sleeper?
Mm-hmm.
If Marc Gasol opts into his option, you give up Marc Gasol, Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, and DeLon Wright. Or not DeLon Wright, Norman Powell for Anthony Davis if Kawhi resigns.
I actually just read somewhere talking about Kawhi resigning that a realtor in Toronto has offered a free penthouse, multi-million-dollar penthouse to Kawhi if he resigns. Free.
And also half the restaurants in all of Toronto have just put up signs saying like, you can eat here for free.
If I'm Kawhi, if I'm Kawhi, I'm winning in Toronto, I'm loved in Toronto, and I'm getting free shit, and I'm getting paid.
Yeah. Toronto is, I believe, the 5th largest market in North America. Like, it's not LA. I know it's not LA. But if we're thinking LA Clippers or Toronto Raptors, you got a whole country behind you.
Yeah, exactly.
Toronto.
Exactly. And it's like, oh man, I'm a big fan of Kawhi Leonard on the Raptors. I'm a big fan of the Raptors now just because they have... And Kawhi is like... He had that huge shot against the Sixers.
I actually want to get that as a tattoo.
Really?
Yeah. I love Kawhi. I love the Raptors so much. Just like him fading, Embiid like running across. Like, it's so good.
It's beautiful.
It's so good. But all right, quickly, let's talk about superstars changing teams this offseason. Mike Conley?
Mike Conley is not a superstar.
I don't mean... Well, he's a star. At least give him that.
Wait,
give him that.
What did you... We talked about this earlier in the week. What did you say? What was the...
Andrew Wiggins for Mike Conley 1-for-1.
No.
Why? Explain.
Because how old is Andrew Wiggins? 25?
Andrew Wiggins is...
Might be even younger, yeah.
Young. He's
He might be like, what, 22?
Yeah, actually, honestly, potentially. He is 24.
Okay, he's 24. You don't give up. No, and like I've been shitting on Andrew Wiggins the entire time we've had this show. He's still a decent player. You do not give up a decent player who is 24 years old for Mike Conley, who is a good player.
You get rid of the cap problems that Andrew Wiggins' contract proposes.
But listen, death is knocking on Mike Conley's door. Retirement is not death. Retirement. God forbid. Knock on wood. Not death. Retirement is knocking on Mike Conley's door.
Death is knocking on Mike Conley's
door. Not death.
Mike Conley, the 31-year-old.
God forbid. God forbid. No, but I'm saying retirement is knocking on Mike Conley's door. And Mike Conley knows that. And the league knows that, and the fans know that, because Mike Conley is not the Mike Conley who used to be.
But there. I think Andrew Wiggins' contract, no other team is. Who else is going to want Andrew Wiggins' contract?
But listen, I'm not sure. But like, where do
the Hawks?
But
maybe?
Even you? Like, I'm surprised you're pining for this as a Wolves fan. If you're the Wolves and you try to take this,
here's what this comes down to. I want us to take a shooting guard in this draft. I want us to take a playmaker who can make shots off the dribble, who can do things for himself, because Andrew Wiggins was supposed to be that player and has shown me time and time again. And if he's still on the roster at the end of this year, I believe he will be able to do it.
I think he can.
He's
He's
just-
slowly, but I love how this argument is now like
Yeah.
flipped. I'm usually the
Here's
one
my
spe-
biggest thing. Here's my biggest
Yeah.
thing. He has been in the gym working.
He has.
He like the Timberwolves. I know this isn't a good source. Timberwolves Insta page every day. Whenever let me finish my point first. Every day when they post pictures of him, he is working hard.
He's working. in the
Call
gym.
coming in. Here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for calling in. You got any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. Right now.
All right, go for it. What is it, man?
All right, so actually, you know what? I got 2 questions.
All right, go for it.
First of all, I got a question about the future of your Timberwolves.
All right, go for it.
All right.
I can talk
You'll-
about
you'll-
this all day.
You'll take this one.
All right. So I know you're a diehard Timberwolves fan.
Yeah,
I know you're not happy with the direction they're going in.
I'm split with the direction they're going in.
You are? Why?
Yeah. Gerson Rosas is a very analytics-focused GM coming from the Rockets, good GM. And we re-signed Ryan Saunders for the future, and I love him as a coach. So,
And that's about it.
yeah, that's about it. And I love Karl Anthony Towns. He's incredible, and Josh Okogie is a great player.
But how long do you think you'll be able to keep the players?
Cat could probably be gone within 3 years.
Exactly.
I
which
could
is
see it
why
happening.
You do not give up Andrew Wiggins.
But I don't really see any future success for this team.
I agree with that, especially if you take Mike Conley, who's going to be gone in 4 years.
In 2 years.
2 years, 4 years. Yeah, okay, yeah, 2 years.
Yeah, but then you actually prove to Cat that you're not going to waste his talent waiting for Andrew Wiggins.
By getting Mike Conley.
Mike Conley
Cat's
is
gonna
still
be
a
like-
hell of a player.
Karl Anthony Towns is gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, what are you trying to surround me with? Old people who were good in the past. Like, this is gonna piss off Karl. The Timberwolves need to stay young and good, and right now they are young and good.
And right now they are young.
They are like Andrew.
They're
Wiggins,
okay.
Andrew Wiggins, yes, he shouldn't have been drafted as high as he was. He shouldn't have been hyped up as much as he was. He's still a good player. Cat is an amazing player.
If Wiggins comes back and he is actually trying again, and we can play him at point guard like we did at the end of the season, I will have hope going forward.
well, but then if you get
Especially if he's trying. That's the problem already.
Because he needs to try. He needs to. We're paying him $30 million a year.
Bro, in my opinion, bro, the fact that you have to question a player's, work ethic like that, it's disappointing.
Yeah. I think he has shown moments where he's legitimately engaged.
I know he has. But still, I thought when he got drafted by the Cavs, I thought that him and LeBron, in my opinion, I used to think that he would be a better player than Kevin Love, next to LeBron. And we could have possibly,
Well, I mean, he nearly went back to the Cavs for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I know, but that would have been terrible because he.
that would have been god awful. Oh my god,
It would not have been
LeBron
fun.
would have stayed in Miami.
Well, I mean, he would have already been in Cleveland.
Nah, he would have gone back. That's what I'm saying. He would have been like, I want to go back.
What's your second question, man?
My second question is about the Lakers.
All right, go off. We can make fun of your team some more.
Okay, yeah. Now, you seem to think that we're not going to get any free agents.
You are absolutely not getting
Who is
any
it?
free agents. This is Patrick.
No, what team?
Lakers. Huh?
I completely disagree with that.
Explain. Who are the Lakers getting?
Who are they targeting?
Why do you think we're not going to get any free agents?
Who are the Lakers targeting? Who's the top free agent target for your Lakers? If you're the Lakers GM, who's the number one target?
I would say the top 2 right now are Kawhi and Kyrie.
Okay.
You think Kawhi's even giving the Lakers a meeting after how dysfunctional they've been?
Listen, Kawhi is good in Toronto. There's no way he leaves Toronto there's no way he leaves the situation he's in Toronto right now to go and try to save a
Geriatric LeBron.
exactly. And just a mumbled
Really in a good situation with Toronto right now, though.
Yes.
I mean, it seems like he's carrying the team for the most part.
but he's okay with that and it's working.
Really?
And
Look
also,
at them. Look, they're tied 2-2 in the Western Conference Finals against a Bucks team who everyone thought was going to sweep and then get beat by the Warriors. And Kawhi is loved in Toronto. Kawhi is not going to leave this to go to another team. He's not going to do.
He is certainly not going to the Lakers. He might go to the Clippers.
He might go to the Clippers. But that's just to be home and like. I mean, yes, the Lakers are also in LA, but like,
yeah,
there's no and also Kyrie. I don't think Kyrie wants to play with LeBron again.
I think if he does, it is to me. Kyrie going back to LeBron would be a weaker move than KD joining the Warriors.
Exactly, because it'll show that. It'll prove to everyone and Kyrie that he cannot win without LeBron. And that's exactly the only reason why Kyrie left the
KD admitted his faults when he left the Thunder and went to the Warriors and said, "Hey, I need more to win."
Yeah, but that's...
And then let me finish. Kyrie left LeBron and left the Cavs because he thought and knew he could do more. And then the second anything goes wrong, he leaves again.
No, he wouldn't be viewed, but he would be viewed as like someone who's trying to...
He would be bitch. He would become LeBron's bitch.
No, he would just be a baby. It just looked like he's running back crying to his dad. After he got beat up in the park.
And I think your chance to get Kemba is now way lower because he can sign the Supermax now that he's made All NBA third.
If I'm the Lakers, I think you want to go heavy after Klay Thompson, but I still think you don't get him.
I don't either. I think you try to go after Nick Vucevic.
Yeah,
like who is there to get? I think you trade for Mike Conley. Mike Conley makes sense for that team
because right now the Lakers are the laughing stock of the league.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because everything is in shambles. Magic Johnson stepped down. Luke Walton got fired. LeBron is declining. There are trade rumors flying all over the place.
The
fans are rioting. The fans are rioting. That didn't even happen in New York.
Yep.
Fans didn't even riot in New York, and New York have the most diehard and passionate fans. That didn't even happen in New York. So for that to happen to any other team shows that something is really, really wrong. And all the players see that, and all the media see that, and all the fans see that. And no one, especially no one who's in a good situation with their current team right now, is going to leave that to try to go to the Lakers. What the Lakers need to do right now is either maybe, and I'm just saying this off a whim, trade LeBron for someone, maybe Ben Simmons. We saw rumors like that flying. But they need to figure their shit out before they get another big star. Because if they get another big star, it's just going to create more drama, more gossip, more rumors, and just more uncertainty as to where they're headed. Because right now, nobody knows where the Lakers are headed. Because they have a group of young, raw talent, and they also have LeBron.
Yep. It's a team that's split in two parts. And I definitely think the Lakers can have a plan moving forward that involves LeBron and those players. But they need
to figure their shit out.
Yeah. And there's no way a big-time free agent, like a big-time star, like the ones we have in this class, will join LeBron if that's the case, if that's still the case.
Kyrie is not going into free agency looking to save a team.
Say what you will about Cavs ownership and Cavs GMs, they did what they had to. They did what they had to increase the ceiling of the team.
Yeah, the only person I see wanting to save a team going into this free agency is Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant is not going to the LA Lakers.
Absolutely not.
Oh, I don't like Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
You don't want Kevin... Okay. Lakers fans are absolutely insane. We've seen that.
First of all, I'm not a Lakers fan. Let's get that straight.
You're a LeBron fan, but, you have the joy of only rooting for one of the greatest players ever and not ever dealing with a bad time.
Except this year. So what are your expectations for the Lakers next season?
He's going to say Western Conference Finals or the Finals.
We could have went to the Western Conference Finals this year.
But why didn't you?
We didn't get injured.
Don't tell me you were a 4 seed because you were 2 games out from the 10 seed.
So you were playing really well before LeBron was down. And that's why we weren't. We just beat the Warriors.
The West is a bloodbath, and we all know that come February, LeBron slacks off for the next 2 months, and you can't tell me they would not have been the 8th seed and fallen apart.
The only teams in the West anybody was worried about are the Rockets and the Warriors. That's it.
I would have taken. The only team I would not have taken the over the Lakers in the playoffs would have been. I probably would have taken the Clippers over them. I would not have taken the Spurs over the Lakers, and I would not have taken the Nuggets over the Lakers.
Yeah, I can believe
Listen, yeah, but to go back to your question, I don't think there is no big name free agent who is looking at the Lakers and being like, "That's a situation I want to be a part of."
The best thing the Lakers can get is either Brad Beal or Anthony Davis.
And that's only by trade. No one is going to the Lakers right now by choice.
Yep.
And honestly, like as good as LeBron is, and as much respect and love I have for LeBron, it's because of LeBron James. The Lakers' problems are because LeBron James came. And even we saw before the season started.
You combine the supermarket of LA with the super ego of LeBron James, and you get a media circus.
It's not so much an ego. It's not so. It's not so much an ego. No, yeah, okay. The Lakers were bad before LeBron got there, but at least the Lakers were bad with a plan of being good in the future.
Yep.
Adding LeBron was putting a win now player in a rebuilding situation, and we saw how that worked. It worked out terribly.
Before LeBron, the Lakers had a setup where Lonzo Ball was the number 1 ball handler, Brandon Ingram was the number 2 ball handler, and they had a team that worked together. Now they have Brandon Ingram as the number 2 or number 3 ball handler. They don't have shooters around LeBron. None of the young players are particularly great off-ball players. So
I'm 100% sure that if we did not miss LeBron for like 20-something games, and if we were healthy, I'm pretty sure we would have finished top 3 in the West.
I don't think you would have finished top 3.
We would have finished top 3.
Well, going into this season, like the regular season, I'm gonna admit I thought it was gonna be like Lakers Celtics.
I had the Lakers as the 6th to 8th seed.
Really, I thought it was gonna be Lakers Celtics, like Kyrie versus LeBron in the finals, like reviving that rivalry, reviving LeBron versus Kyrie.
I was really high on the Celtics as well.
And we saw even talk about the Celtics too. It was a win now player in a rebuilding situation, and we know that doesn't work. And yes, if you add another superstar with LeBron James, it's going to be less of a rebuild and more of a win now. But it's still they need to figure out their front office. They need to figure out their coaching. They need to figure out their young guys.
Quickly before you go, can we ask, what do you think is the Lakers' biggest trade chip?
You said the what?
The Lakers' best trade asset.
The best trade asset? I would say Lonzo.
Explain.
Because, in my opinion, I think Lonzo was the second best player on the Lakers.
Damn, over Brandon Ingram?
Really?
Yes. Overall, he's the second best player. When you look at his defense and the way he runs the team, don't even forget that when he went down, that's when everything started to go downhill. He was playing really well when he was healthy. Then he got injured. We started playing like shit. Then LeBron got injured and made it even worse.
And then Brandon Ingram, yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely was not a joyride season for the Lakers. But we're bringing back Showtime. Yeah, but I think you even saw it before the season even started with the fans painting over LeBron's murals, saying he's not one of the greatest Lakers of all time.
He's not. He's still not.
No, he's not because he didn't. Right, but I'm saying it's just the turmoil that LeBron brought to the franchise and to the fan base is
Bro, that's just Lakers fans, though. Lakers fans are terrible.
Lakers fans may be crazy, but having
they're
LeBron,
still the fans. They're still the Lakers fans.
Having LeBron in that type of environment made it so much worse.
Yeah, I know, but don't blame LeBron. It's not his fault.
I'm not saying
it's not his fault, but you can't say that he had no impact in it.
I think it's Magic Johnson's fault for bringing LeBron in.
Well, thank you for calling in. Carl will be in. Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad we got to hear from a Lakers fan because God knows those definitely aren't popular.
No, they're not, especially not in Vermont.
Yeah. All right. Have a nice day, man.
All right, man. This show has flown by.
It has.
Do you want to take a football 5?
I don't have much football to talk about, but let's try it.
Or we could keep talking basketball and chill with that.
Sure. We could talk about how the Sixers are reportedly going to have to offer Tobias Harris $190 million over 5 years to keep him.
Do you think they do that?
I think that'd be a stupid move.
It would be a stupid move, but I think it's a stupid move. But I think Tobias Harris is. This is gonna sound silly and stupid, but I think Tobias Harris is one of the most valuable players on the Sixers right now because you have Jimmy Butler who's running his mouth. You have Joel Embiid, who is very, very
Injury prone
and inconsistent in terms of big games.
Okay.
You have Ben Simmons, who's like, Ben Simmons is good.
I'll give you that Tobias Harris may be the most consistent performer on that team, but in terms of the best player on that team, Tobias Harris is at best the fourth best player.
But I think Tobias Harris is the landslide best locker room guy.
Oh, yeah, but that's because Jimmy Butler is a horrible locker room guy.
Jimmy Butler's a horrible locker room guy.
Joel Embiid is an asshole. Ben Simmons is
too young
entitled.
Entitled and too young to know what the fuck he's talking about. And then you have, like...
JJ Redick.
Who
comes from the Clippers. No one from the Clippers has ever been a good locker room presence. Like, no one from the Lob City era Clippers has ever been a good locker room presence.
And also, it's JJ Redick. Like, what is he? Like, 32? Like,
yeah, he's old.
He's old. JJ Redick is just there to shoot a three and be quiet.
Yep.
Tobias Harris is a good player, a good locker room guy. He loves Boban. Like, I think Tobias and Boban is hilarious. I love that.
Apparently, the Rockets are going to try to clear salary to get Jimmy Butler in free agency.
If they do that, good luck. Like, put Jimmy Butler on a team with Chris Paul and James Harden, it's just going to be horrible.
Everyone's going to hate each other.
Everyone is... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All teammate chemistry is going to go out the fucking door.
Yeah. And they also...
Because, you already see it. Because you have James Harden calling Chris Paul one of the best assists, one of the best...
assist players. Yeah. True point guards.
One of the best pass-first players in the history of the game. And you have James Harden, your so-called MVP, your so-called, centerpiece, build around him no matter what, calling him a ball hog.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
James Harden, what?
Yeah.
James Harden, do you know how many 50-point games you've had? Do you know how many
dribbles you've taken?
Do you know how much of the game, is spent with the ball in your hands?
Yeah.
And you're calling Chris Paul a ball hog?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Put Jimmy Butler in there, who's gonna fight with D'Antoni.
He's gonna hate D'Antoni.
He's gonna hate D'Antoni because D'Antoni's gonna try to tell him what to do.
D'Antoni would tell him to just shoot threes, and Jimmy Butler loves a good mid-range.
Exactly. Jimmy Butler has to be with a coach. Jimmy Butler would only be good with a coach like Luke Walton, who would just lie down and take it.
Or a coach that will literally not take any shit.
No.
Jimmy with Pop. There's no way Jimmy would not respect Pop.
But that's Pop.
Oh, sorry. Quickly, on the topic of the Lakers and free
yes,
agency,
yes.
I think Jimmy Butler is the only one they have a decent chance at.
Jimmy Butler, that's going to suck for Jimmy Butler. Because Jimmy Butler is going to come in
Jimmy Butler will respect LeBron.
But he'll respect LeBron, but Jimmy Butler does not. He's a good player. He's a very, 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 very good player. He does not have his shit figured out.
He is a locker room cancer, and anyone who tells me otherwise is wrong.
He does not have his shit figured out. He knows how to play basketball. He doesn't know how to do anything else in terms of basketball.
Yep.
Doesn't know how to be a locker room guy. Doesn't know how to be with the media. Doesn't know how to be with coaches. Doesn't know how to be with younger players.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the absolute last thing the Lakers need right now.
Yep.
Is someone who is not good with the media and not good with young players. Because at least LeBron has a very...
LeBron is damn good with the media.
Because he is very, very, very mature.
Can you imagine they get blown out by 30 and Jimmy's just like, no one stepped up.
Yeah.
I tried. No one stepped up.
And that's exactly what you're
That's how
do.
that team just blows up.
And then you have LeBron being like, what the fuck? Get off the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the Lakers have to trade him.
Yeah. So I think here's the players I think get traded this offseason.
Okay.
Or move teams.
Okay.
KD.
Yeah.
I think Kawhi stays in Toronto.
I do too.
Kyrie moves.
Yep.
I think Kemba stays because the Supermax is too much.
Money, yeah. And just it's Charlotte and money.
Yeah.
He'll stay.
I think Jimmy Butler will leave. I think Tobias Harris will leave. Mike Conley's going to be gone.
I think just to interrupt quickly. I think the Sixers try harder to keep Tobias than they do Jimmy Butler.
They should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we've seen that Tobias can also be a late game closer, so it's repetitive.
Exactly. But so can Jimmy. But you need to get Jimmy out. You need to get Jimmy off that team.
I think Clay stays in the same place.
I want Clay to go somewhere else. I want Clay to be a number one guy.
I do too, but at the same time, I love just seeing him heat up.
I do too. But also, can you imagine Clay on a team that he's not surrounded by talent better than him, but he's still a number two?
Yeah.
That would be beautiful basketball.
Yeah.
Because you have a team leader who's your number two option, who lets other people. I just think, but Clay isn't a good because Clay doesn't care about money.
Yep. Well, I think Clay cares about money, but more so he cares about being comfortable
and being loyal because like
Yeah.
we saw like what was it 2 years ago that he took a pay cut
Yep.
or
2 years ago.
yeah
No.
well I think it was whenever to sign
2016
KD
with KD.
whenever it was to sign KD he took a pay cut because he realized like he's comfortable and he's gonna win.
Yep.
And he has won.
Yep.
So yes, Clay stays I think, but it would also be really nice to see him on another team. All right, we have 24 seconds quickly.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. We will be back here next week for the last one of the year.
BSPN of this semester, but we will hopefully.
I am going to try to. We're going to both be in New York, so I'm going to try to run a show out there
over the summer. And